What's up, guys? Anthony here. Late, early morning, Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Night for me because I just got off of work. It's about almost 5. What time? Oh, I'm using my phone. Yeah, it's 5:01. I just got home from work. Clocked out at 4 o'clock. This be my last Wednesday. You guys will see me on Wednesday. I am about to trade with one of my brothers to get a Saturday because I work late. So making videos on Wednesdays is a little hard. So switching to Saturday with Ali, so that'd be a little bit easier for me to interact with you guys and everything like that. But right now, I have a makeup video to do, and I missed a few topics. So, first topic is, let's see. First topic is advantages and disadvantages of being trans. So, advantages, disadvantages. If you hear the background, I'm watching Dexter's Laboratory. That's how I wind down at the end of the day. Any kind of cartoons. Netflix, Brickleberry, that's fun. Bob's Burgers, American Dad. Right now I'm on Dexter. I'm a 80s baby, 90s kid, so I enjoy that. But let's see. Advantages of being trans, disadvantages of being trans. I say disadvantages definitely medical care, having to poke yourself in the butt more than one time a week, people misgendering you, coming out, getting people to understand and know what it is that you're doing, the loss of friends and family, that's never good. Having to tell your parents, that can also not be good. I mean, there's some guys and girls that end up being homeless and because of being trans. It's never good to feel like you're losing family and friends and work. Fortunately, my job is very understanding, and my family and friends, for the most part, seem to be very understanding. Healthcare is hard simply because if you're in a bad area, it's hard to get healthcare, or you have to wait a very long time. For trans guys, getting checkups, because until you have a hysterectomy, you still have to get a checkup down there. So having a mustache and a deeper voice and appearing as male can be very awkward going to the gynecologist. I can't imagine going in there. My doctor does all that, so luckily, they'll take care of that for me. Advantages. Being happy with yourself finally. It's a big advantage. There are very few people who can say that they are happy with their lives. And a lot of trans people are very content with their lives. Simply for the fact that they can look in the mirror and be like, I like you. Meeting new people, hearing stories, that's always a good thing. Opening your mindset, that's always a good thing. I think a whole lot differently now than I used to. I'm very conscious of the spectrum of gender, the spectrum of sexuality, and I know that there's like differences, and there's not just one thing that you can be. And I know that now, and I think I'm a better person for it. I think I'm more compassionate for it. Advantages, what else? Seeing all the changes is amazing and exciting. Guess that's an advantage, even though it can be a disadvantage too, because waiting on the changes, that's, you want everything to happen right now and it doesn't, and you have to go to the doctor and get poked. I hate getting my blood drawn. I gotta go Monday next week. Great way to start my morning. It's gonna suck at 8:40 in the morning. It's gonna suck. Get my blood drawn, check my levels. Yeah, do another shot. No, I don't do a shot till the week after next. But what about advantages? Pretty much all I could think of on that. So, on to the next topic. Got a scrap tag from work, that's why I wrote my stuff on. Idols and inspiration. Alright, so, idols. I don't really have many idols. I have a few people that I follow that I somewhat look up to, who are farther in their transition than I am. And it may be just a physical aspect, like, oh, I'd like to look like him, or anything like that. A lot of the guys are pre-surgery, and by them being smaller chested, I do kind of hope that me being a small chested guy, and I could possibly look like them. So I do kind of like idolize them a little bit. Some of the more popular guys, like there's a guy that was on GQ magazine, I believe, or Men's Health. Yeah. So, I'm kind of into like modeling and taking pictures and stuff like that. I do photo shoots to document my transition. Did one in February. I'm working on a calendar right now. Someone asked me to be in a calendar. This page, the Instagram page. So trying to get some stuff going. Don't really have any idols for real that aren't trans. I have a lady near me, her name is Haley, and she helped me out a lot before I transitioned, and she's like more like a mentor, so I do look up to her. She's been transitioning for like 20 years now, and she helps me a lot with everything, so I keep her close to my heart. She helps me when I have questions like, oh, what do I do, my family, my name change, all that stuff. So my dad, I don't idolize him, but he's a very big part of my life, just off of how he reacts to me being trans and how he interacts with me, and that he tries. Like, I really appreciate him trying. And there's some things that he tells me, about me growing up. It's like, hey, if I knew what I was looking at, I would have did it earlier. And I'm like, thanks, So I'm glad to know that at least one of my parents understands what I'm going through and embraces that this isn't just a choice that I'm trying to make things difficult for myself or anything like that. I'm really just trying to make things more easier to live, and that goes back to the disadvantage. Trans people have a very high suicide rate, and no, I have never wanted to hurt myself. I couldn't do that. unfortunately, those thoughts do pass a lot of people's minds. And they are unfortunate because they go through with it and they don't make it. And that's horrible to hear. So, I feel bad. Inspiration. Back to the second topic. I'm inspired by guys and girls who have went through it and have transitioned and lived their life as who they wanted to be and completely normal, have went on to pursue careers and families and all that. It makes me look and be like, at the end of all this, everything will be okay. All of this will be behind me and I won't have to think about it. I could just go on by my life and have a family and have a wife and have all the things that I thought I'd have already when I was 15. Like, when I'm 25, I'm not 25 anymore, but, you had that, when I'm 25, I'll be married with 2 kids and this and that, and the dog and white picket fence. Doesn't work like that. Okay, so on to the third topic, my last topic. It's actually a note to self. So, going back to that 15-year-old, a note to my past self. Like, if I could tell myself something now, to my 15-year-old self, say 14-year-old, going back to high school, because that's when I first started noticing things were different. And it wasn't until I was like 17, 18 that I ran across some videos on YouTube and I realized, transgender, what is that? Wow, that guy sounds like me. So if I wrote a letter to myself, I would tell myself that it was okay. And you're gonna go through some things that you're not gonna know what's gonna happen in a minute, but it's gonna be okay. I would tell myself to not be afraid of being different, because back in that time, I thought something was wrong with me. All through middle school, all through high school, I thought I could plainly tell something was different with me, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what gay, lesbian was. I didn't know what transgender was. In elementary, middle school, I didn't find out till high school, because I was in a very church-driven home, and I heard about it, but I didn't know exactly what it was. So seeing all the other kids pair up with their boys or girls or whatever, and that's not what I was looking at, I thought something was wrong. And then in elementary, I used to get teased. They'd be like, yeah, so-and-so wants to be a boy. And I'm like, no, I don't. That was like 3rd grade. And those were, kids looking at me off of how I acted in 3rd grade. And I can remember that stuff now. I remember 2 main people that every day, like, I remember their names, I remember their faces. I probably will never forget their face as an adult. But I would tell myself, like, you went through all of that, and that's okay. You're different. And it's okay to be different. You're going to go through something, and you're brave for it. And when it comes along, embrace it. And it's going to make you a better man just from going through it. I got both sides of the spectrum now. I got the female side and I got the male side. Like, I can be the most compassionate man you've ever met. Just because I know how women work, because I was one. That's a cheat code. And guys don't even know it. But, oh, another disadvantage while I'm looking. They upped my dose of tea, and I'm really struggling to keep my forehead from breaking out now. It sucks. But yeah. Past self, future self, it's gonna be okay. You're brave, you're strong, you're awesome, you're amazing. Keep growing up and do what you do. Alright, well, like I said, it's now 5:17 in the morning, and I need to go to sleep because I have to wake up and do this work thing all over again. So, next week, I'll be more prepared. I'll have it better for you. Hopefully not stuck in my room. I actually get to do something because it'll be on a weekend. And whatever the topic's going to be, I'm going to knock it out. Alright guys, thanks for watching the Brotherhood. Sorry for the really long video. I had some stuff to make up. You can skim through it. It's 3 different topics. Catch you later. This is Anthony, out.